What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to OTC. So I'm in Montreal. Those of you guys that are watching the show, that you can watch the show on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm in Montreal. So I realized that when I got here, I didn't have 40% of the stuff. So first things first, Scott, I know it sounds like shit. I know it sounds like shit because I'm doing that one thing, Chris. I'm doing that one thing that I always said I would never do: record the show on a laptop mic.
Oh, there's so many things. You no real time opening music, right?
Nope. Well, you know what? I could do this. Hang on.
Doing the show. Okay. What is that?
It's the built-in. It's the built-in Riverside FM.
All right.
So there you go.
That's our away music.
That's our new theme music. So yeah, I didn't bring. At first, I was like, I'll just break the studio down, but I'm like, I'm not gonna bring the mixer, and I'm not gonna bring the video switcher and a mic.
And then you'd have to get home and set it all up again.
Exactly.
And it
so I was
work.
like, I'll bring my camera because I'm gonna have my camera, and then I realized I didn't bring the power adapter for the camera. So before the show's done, that battery's going to die on the camera that you're watching right now, and it'll just switch back to the MacBook one. But it is what it is. Also, because I had getting ready for this trip, had so much going on this weekend. I only watched half. I watched one movie and then I watched half of the other movie. So I was able to watch, and the one that I watched, I'm assuming, is the one that's probably going to be the best one to have watched. What was it? The Masseuse Murders.
The Massage Parlor Murders! Exclamation point.
The Massage Parlor Murders! Exclamation point.
That title stayed on screen longer than some characters.
This is true. And Chris, what was the other movie?
The other movie was Demon Fury. One of the titles.
Fury. Both of these are available to watch on Tubi in the U.S., not in Canada.
Demon Fury is available on YouTube, even with the nudity.
Interesting.
Which I found strange.
Well, I tried to watch it. I've been here in the hotel for a little, an hour and a half or so, and I was like, oh, I'll just fire up Tubi and I'll watch the rest of the movie. Not in Tubi. So there you go. In the U.S., you can watch both of them. So those are the movies this week. It's going to be a weird show. I can't play Scott. I can play Scott's segment, but I can't play Joe's segment.
All right. My computer is telling me I need to restart Chrome because it won't allow anything to record, and I think I've kind of paused here. Everything's kind of blurry. Let me reload. Sorry.
All right. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know. Maybe we just wait till Thursday. Well, I did get poutine. I am in Montreal. I did get poutine. All right. Let him in.
Hey, I'm back.
All right, you're back. I don't know what the deal is. Travis is I'm streaming. Yes. What were we talking about?
It was the movies.
How am I in another country on hotel Wi-Fi?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Operating perfectly fine. Yep. Yours is crapped out once. It looks like it's getting close to maybe potentially crapping out a second.
Yeah, I don't know because
even possible?
Your image is really de-resed, to quote Tron. Yeah, but that could be on my end. I have no idea. Whatever. As long as the audio's coming through, we're good, right?
Yeah, I don't even know, man. If it screws up again, we'll just record later this week or something. But I'm totally not. I hit the microphone on my phone and it just recorded everything I just said.
Send it to somebody random.
It was going to Travis. It says, about how I am in another country hotel Wi-Fi operating perfectly fine. Yours is crapped out. Man, I don't know. I mean, this is going to obviously not be a show that like we normally have, but so
Yeah.
I had never driven to Canada before. This is the first time I've ever driven to Canada, right?
Okay.
So I drove up through New Hampshire and into Vermont, and I've only been to Vermont a couple times in my life, and every time I've tried to go to Vermont, it's tried to kill me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
The state itself has tried to kill. So last time was we were moving the drummer of an old band I was in back home. He was living in Burlington for the winter, and we were moving him back home after the winter. We got hit with these insane thunderstorms that were like, your recording failed again.
Yeah. Shit. Can you hear me though? Am I coming through as the?
Oh yeah, I hear you fine, but it's not recording you anymore.
All right. You want me to?
Try it one more time, man. I don't want to run into this situation where we're trying to link up like 12 files like we were before.
Yeah.
I think I'm still live. I think we're still live on Twitch though. So, if we're still live on Twitch, I mean, we can just keep going.
I'm curious what that looks like. Let me see.
I have no idea.
See if my my audio's frozen. My video's frozen.
No, your video looks fine here, and I'm thinking it's the recording it's not taking. Anyway, so we got hit with these nasty thunderstorms, and it was like, and I'm like, I fucking hate this state. I'm never coming to this state again. And I had kept that promise for quite a long time until today, where the only other way for me to get to Montreal was I would have had to drive all the way up through New Hampshire, and it's like an hour and a half longer to go that way. So I drove through Vermont, and without fail, and I told this to Mel earlier as I was texting with her, and this I'm not making this more of a bigger number than it actually is. This is no joke. 10 different times there were snow squalls that were so bad that I couldn't see 2 feet in front of the car.
Wow.
Like, and it's March 28th. State hates me. It hates me.
Yeah.
It hates me. So I'm sorry. Are we on Twitch? Are we doing good on Twitch?
Oh, I'm getting there.
Man, I would have looked it up 10 minutes ago.
Well, they're running an ad now, so
always with the ads.
I had before the show.
There we are. Okay,
Chrome had said to me, "Hey, everything's running slow because you need to clear out all this stuff. Click this button and we'll do it." And it signed me out of a bunch of websites which I don't really care about. But I forgot what my Twitch logins were, and it I'm using Chrome now.
That's right. It looks like it's there. Looks like it's there. My stream actually looks like garbage.
Oh.
Yours looks good. Mine looks like the worst.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm not feeling this right now. This is not the show this week. We'll figure it out for a little while right now, and we can use this for something else, and I can edit it together, but this is not the show this week.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't handle this. I'm fine, and I'll pull some stuff.
All right, then let's just do a whatever. Thing.
Yeah.
We'll do a I'm awake, so I might as well talk.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Josh is in the chat, said he can hear us, see us both, and Travis is in the chat room too, and says hi.
Hi. It's been a while. Hi.
Let's talk. Okay, you know what? I'm actually glad we have this time to talk about this. So I had sent you a text the other day with a link to the fact that Netflix canceled Article 81.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is why we can't
wrong with that website. You know,
I just, I get so frustrated with anytime. This is one of the reasons why I don't watch a lot of like newer, because every time I get into something and I like it, it happens all the time. I can't think of any offhand, but I could probably name a bunch of shows that weren't able to finish their run.
Yep.
So why?
Yeah.
Anymore, man. Wow. Wait. What do you?
Yeah, I was pissed about Mindhunter and Glow. I understood to a certain point, but like they could actually film it now. So
Right.
I want Glow finished. Of all the shows, I want Mindhunter and Glow finished. But they plow ahead on stuff that they think is brilliant that nobody gives a shit about. Like they fucked up by like the what's it, the one dude in Bridgerton that everybody loved. He's not in the next season, but his character's not supposed to be in the next season. But Netflix has their CEO is stupid because he came out and said, "Oh well, Disney doesn't have a Bridgerton." Well, no, Disney Plus doesn't also cancel shows 2 seasons in, asshole.
I mean, do you really want to start? Do you really want to start? Like Netflix doesn't have a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like-
Netflix. Hey, Netflix, you got Darth Vader? Tough. You got Spider-Man? Well, Marvel doesn't really either. But it's like, come on. Don't every time.
Josh
assholes,
in the chat says they canceled Archive 81 and then they raised the subscription price.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't understand their logic at all. Like that Archive 81 is definitely a show where I think you needed a second season to grab your real like mainstream audience.
Yep.
Because there's too much mystery in the beginning. For I can only speak for myself, not out of ego, but because I don't know in anybody's head. But I know for me, that is exactly the kind of TV show or movie I like. Present a mystery, make it interesting, like a time traveling loop where you may or may not be in the past. Yeah, okay, I'm up for that.
So,
and then slowly reveal it over the course of 2 or 3 seasons, but don't mystery box it and piss everybody off, and definitely don't fucking cancel it. I mean, come on.
I'm looking up now currently a Google Chrome will not be able to record the I don't care about them recording.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go to the podcast to really see how the story ends, because it's based off of a fictionalized like podcast story type of thing.
All right, so I'm not sure if this is. I'm trying to. We're gonna grab a list of Netflix shows here. That were canceled.
Okay.
All right,
I have a thing on my screen that says your computer is not allowing Riverside to record. Please refresh to continue. Your recording stopped. I guess that's on my side. I don't know. So what's going on? I see the screen is just a little bit blurry, but I can definitely see it says 27 Ozark canceled.
Yeah, so Ozark was canceled after 4 seasons.
I don't get that either.
It was canceled, not ended, right?
I don't know.
The OA, I never watched that.
I know. I was reading some people saying they were actually pissed about that.
Lucifer, you like Lucifer, right?
I never watched it. I didn't know that it was like based on a comic, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, he was related in some way to Constantine, if I'm not mistaken. Because he showed up. Lucifer showed up in an episode of, I want to say.
Oh, where they were doing those big crossover ones. Yeah. I remember Constantine was on some of those. Yeah.
And then Constantine became a regular on Legends.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not familiar with the Society. Sense8, I didn't watch. Okay, so maybe I'm the problem. Luke Cage, okay. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the Defenders stuff. I don't even think I got up to the Punisher in Daredevil.
Oh, I love Daredevil. I'm not okay with this. I didn't watch.
I did.
Was it good?
It was getting there. Yeah.
Atypical?
No, it looks like a teen comedy thing now for me.
Dark Crystal.
That's the one that pisses me off. Do you know how much fucking work went into this show compared to other shows?
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, holy shit, it looked as good as the movie. I thought, okay, since Disney owns the Henson stuff, and now Disney is starting their own streaming service, maybe they're gonna pick up where this left off. No, not a fucking word. Let's just leave it halfway done, because
The only thing
that's life now.
versus the Muppets, and they barely care about the Muppets.
I know.
Dead to Me, I didn't watch that.
I really wanted to start it, but I kept forgetting because I like what's her name in it.
You know, I'm kind of in that boat too, where I wanted to watch it, but I had a feeling it was going to get canceled, so I never started it because I had a feeling that it was going to be like
Yeah.
the Santa Clarita Diet was another one I wanted to start, but didn't.
Yep.
Easy.
That one I hadn't heard of.
Okay. After 3 seasons.
Yeah, and they filmed 2 of the new ones, new episodes for the new season or something. All the actors had been paid, like it was ready to go, and then COVID hit, and they're like, "Nah, we're just gonna cancel it." So maybe they're not so smart with their money decisions.
I don't know. Daredevil after 3. I thought Daredevil was excellent. I really liked it. The 3rd season was 3, but I think some of the Marvel, once Disney acquired them, I think some of that's probably going to play into it.
Yeah, they might have had a lot of restrictions too on what they could do.
Right, but I will say, I mean, we know that the Daredevil character is part of the universe because he was in Spider-Man.
Yep.
So what did I just do?
Which is
I just
nice.
did something. Yeah, I don't know what I just did. I just did something.
You just zoomed in a little. That's all right.
Yeah, Comiskey method. I've never even heard of that.
Oh, there's a couple of jokes on Bob's Burgers about that, about Gene wanting to watch the Kaminsky Method. I never saw it.
Something with Alan Arkin and Michael Douglas is not something I want to watch.
I like Alan Arkin.
Teenage part of it.
No, but I'd give that a shot. I watched the first season of Love.
Yep.
Mel, but I just couldn't get with Jillian Jacobs there getting with that dude. It just he was too soft. Which I guess is what her character needed, but still, I mean, you can go like Brendan Fraser bedazzled albino cries at dolphins soft, and that's what the feeling I was getting from that dude.
Dear White People, not for me.
I mean, I heard it was fantastic, but I never.
How is something like on seasons, and I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Dark. I watched the first season of that. That was a show, wasn't it?
It was a what? Yeah, I think it was. Wasn't it German?
Norwegian? I thought it might have been. It's some. I think it was something. Unbreak. I thought that was huge. People love that, right?
I thought that finished because they made a movie, an interactive movie with Daniel Radcliffe in it, which was awesome. It was
Did it
so
finish
surreal
because they
here.
canceled it? That's the other question.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that show. It was weird.
Tuca and Birdie.
I mean, if you're going to cancel animation, I mean, it's not easier than like I can understand money-wise canceling the Dark Crystal, but like that show, like people make animated shows on their own. What's the problem? I've never heard a special.
Yep, not me either. American Vandal. I remember that was the one with the guy that drew all the dicks on everything, right?
The first one, I think. What was the first one? Yeah, it was. And the second one was Poop.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I enjoyed that. It was a funny mock crime documentary. I thought that was funny.
One day at a time.
Yeah, no, that was not recommended to me.
Patriot Act. I watched, actually watched most of that. I thought it was quite good, but
He was good. Yeah.
but we have like John Oliver and a couple of other shows that do the same thing, and the fact that it was on a strictly streaming network, like it always just felt like it was dated to me.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, he did bring a different angle, but maybe to the people paying him, it wasn't different enough.
Maybe. I liked it. It's not something I was bummed that was gone, but
yeah.
What's their number one? Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I mean, come on.
Why'd you even bother bringing it back?
Yeah. And also,
You're just gonna cancel it. Why bring it back?
You have a dearth of movies. I would have loved to have seen Mystery Science Theater take on some of Netflix's originals. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, it would.
And then I would have known that Netflix has a sense of humor about themselves, but they don't.
I don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I watched on Netflix though. I watched the 3 volumes of the Kanye Genius documentary.
Okay.
Wow. It's, I don't even know how to word it. So the first volume, they're all each about 90 minutes long. The first volume is all like him coming up. The guy that's filming it with him is his buddy named Cootie, and he's like making a documentary of Kanye on his rise up and trying to get his record deal. And it's all very endearing, and like he comes across like a nice guy. His relationship with his mom is very sweet, and like it's all like you're pulling for this guy.
Quick question. How long ago was that?
20 years.
Okay. I just needed a time frame.
Or so, 20 years or so. Yeah, like 2001, 2002. So that whole first one is him trying to get the record deal, how like none of the labels want to sign him because they look at him as a producer, because Kanye was known for his beats beforehand. He was known as a producer and he could rap. Or nobody really cared to find out whether he could rap or not. It didn't matter. They just wanted his beats because he made fucking killer beats.
Yeah.
So he eventually gets a record deal with Rockefeller Records, but they keep dragging their feet on release.
You totally froze
And like
up.
doing all these things to get Rockefeller essentially to release the record. He makes a video on his own and does all this stuff, and it's all still very, still inspiring and like. You know, regardless of what you think of Kanye West, like, you know that he's a gifted musician. He's like gifted in like the way that he thinks, the way that he creates, one of a kind. But like you see him trying to work his way and trying to get his thing. And he eventually gets the record put out, and then the record blows up 10 times platinum or whatever the hell it was.
What was the title of that album?
College Dropout was the first one.
Okay.
So he gets the album out. It blows up. He's huge. You know, they're talking about doing the documentary.
Is this Kid Cudi?
No, that's Kid Cudi.
Cudi. I can never remember the right way to pronounce. What's that?
He doesn't show up to the third part.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. It's the only person I knew that had a name close to that.
No.
So
Cudi is Cootie and Cudi.
Oh, so he's like a Cootie monster.
Sure. So at the end of the second one, they're talking about all this. He's having all this success for him. You know, he's worked so hard. And then this guy Cootie, who also directed it, goes, "If I had only known what was going to come in the future." And then they do this montage of all the batshit insane stuff, like all like super, just like fraction of a second, like George Bush doesn't care about black people, and like him in the office with Trump, and like all this stuff. And
I mean, let's be fair. Let's be fair. His George Bush doesn't care about black people. That's in the list of stuff that they would have put in that montage. That's the one that's the most like accurate statement right there. I think.
Right.
He just came off as crazy.
One goes in, man, and like. So like, you know, I had basically been with Kanye every moment of the last like 8-9 years, and now like I don't even like have a phone number for him. Like I can't even get in touch with him. goes into this spiral and into his like mental illness, and like it gets so dark. He's like trying to reconnect with them, and then but then he's saying, he's like, but I was doing good on my own. He was doing a lot of music videos for other hip hop artists and other rappers, and like, so like then like Kanye tries to bring him back in, and there was this situation where Kanye's like, yeah, come and film the tour or whatever, and he's like, all right, yeah, cool. He's like, I'll take whatever chance I can have to spend with my brother or whatever, and so he gets there and like he talk to Kanye, and then like they're getting ready to do the tour thing, and he's trying to get all the stuff squared away, and the like management are like, oh, there isn't room for you, sorry.
Huh.
So he's like, then I went 10 years and I didn't even speak to him.
Wow.
Insane. Obviously, Kanye's mother dies around 2007, 2008, and like that's really the like, I think.
Oh, is that what broke him?
That's because the relationship he has with his mom, and you can see that his mom is the one that really like keeps him grounded in reality, and like keeps his ego in check. And once she was gone, to control him, and he just spirals so out of control. There's multiple points where this dude's filming him, and he's like, I had to stop filming because I didn't want to have him committed to film acting like just talking about nonsense. But like, when like somebody's like talking about nonsense that's very noticeably mentally ill, and just like, but they're just believing everything they're saying, but they're not saying anything.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, yes, I know that. Yeah, it's
crazy, man. It's crazy. And then when it ends with like, we think that like he's kind of right himself, and there he's like the time I spent with him, we really felt like we were able to reconnect, and then it busts into the what the hell was it that he did that I don't even remember now, but it's like, if you like music doc, it's a really interesting watch. Feel sad, like if you want to like feel good, watch just the first part. The second part like is all the part, but like you can see things are starting to get weird, and then the third part you're just like, oh my god, this poor guy. And the whole thing too is he's like, oh, I want Kanye needs help, everyone needs to help, I don't need any help. And he's like, I don't want your help. He's like, you don't need to feel bad for me, I'm not the crazy one. And it's like, dude, but you are. And like he's such a machine and such a like money factory that like he's at that point where nobody that works with him is going to tell that he's out of control. Like when he ran for president and said, he's like, I'm going to give every woman that has a baby $1 million. Crazy.
Yeah, and I don't think that being involved with Kim Kardashian helped his sense of reality at all either, because that's being a multimillionaire then billionaire, that just removes you more from reality than it. So I don't think that helped him at all. I mean, maybe
it didn't help him. I mean, but I think it did at first. I think at first when like, he had the family, he had the kids, he had he had the money. Like, I think at first, like, okay, this is what I want. But he's just like, and the thing is, it's like, he's a creative genius. Like, you hate to say it because so many strange things, but like, he's a creative genius. But he's just so
be a creative genius and a menace to society and to yourself and be an absolute asshole.
Yeah, so absolutely, 100%.
Doesn't, just because you're great at something doesn't give you a pass.
No. Talk about that too. They talk about, it's like, I don't care so much how successful you are. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's well made. The guy that directed it, Cootie, and then the other guy, Chike, job with it. And I know that upon releasing it, they essentially burned any bridges they had left with him, because Kanye was like on as an executive producer and one of the creative guys. And then like in the 10th hour when it was done, he was like, no, I don't want. he changed all this stuff and essentially changed all the stuff that makes him look like a maniac.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I watched like 9 hours of that over the last week and a half.
Jeez.
Recently?
Let me look and see. Calling up the thing and seeing. I know I've watched a bunch of stuff, but I'm not remembering a goddamn thing. So let's see. I rewatched Martyrs not that long ago, 2 nights ago, right? Actually. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I like to do in my time off, is watch infuriatingly bad ripoffs. No, I watched the original.
Obviously. Also, they don't know bottled waters, but they give you a craft, and there's a fountain right outside.
Oh, okay. I watched the Shudder horror movie, The Seed, which is about an sort of alien invasion kind of thing.
Was it good? I saw the art for it.
It's watchable. I don't think the poster really tells you anything. So, yeah. What else did I watch? The Bunker Game, which was all right. Sorgoy Prakov, which is a found footage style film of a man from Eastern Europe who wants to go and experience the European dream, like the American dream, and shit does not go well for him, and it gets dark.
As things are known
That's on
to do.
Tubi. That's on Tubi. I watched 645, which is a time loop horror kind of thing. Not too bad. And then, not much else from movies.
Watched another new. It's funny that we Netflix earlier because I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately. That bad vegan documentary that came out about the girl that ran the vegan restaurant in New York. Who got?
I've only heard a little bit about this. Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, so it's called Bad Vegan Fame, Fraud, and Fugitives. It's the story of Sarma Megalis. Basically, what ends up happening is she opens this vegan restaurant in New York City, and it becomes the it place. Like like the celebrities come to it, and it's like world renowned. But she ends up getting involved though with this guy, and ends up marrying this guy. He fucking scams her for millions of dollars. But has this control over her, whereas he makes her think that she's playing this this game of you have to give the money because things are going to happen, and once we do this and once we finish this, everything's going to be fine. And he ended up being the guy had a really big gambling problem and stuff, but it was the same guy that directed Chris Smith, who also directed let me look it up here. I know he'd done another couple of documentaries. The guy behind Tiger King, if I'm not yeah, he directed Tiger King.
Okay.
He's the executive producer on Tiger King, and then he directed the Firefest documentary on Netflix. So you know what you're getting into. It's that style. It's really good though.
Yeah. Okay. I have no interest in that Joe versus Carol show.
I've watched the first couple episodes.
I can't get behind the guy playing Joe. He's just, there's something wrong about his portrayal.
He was the guy that was the lead in Hedwig and the Angry Itch.
Yes, I'm not saying anything about his acting. I'm saying Joe Exotic is older and overweight.
Yeah.
At least more than the guy that's playing him. I think it feels like a caricature.
Right.
Of Joe,
it's
not
a character, but you know what? He's got the voice down really good.
Yeah.
And he's got the swagger. If you could call it swagger, but it's done really well in the understanding why so many of the people that worked for him eventually die for him or kill for him, depending on because he preyed on like the lowest common denominators of like he would like gas his truck up and there'd be like transients that were just like there, and he'd give them a job and he'd give them a little bit of money, a little bit of food to work at the place.
Yeah.
And then they like, well, yeah, I'll go to bat for.
Right.
It's all right. I haven't finished it. I'll let you know after I finish it if it's really worth it. But the first 2 episodes are good.
All right. Because, I mean, the documentary is fairly comprehensive. And the follow-up.
Yeah, did you watch the follow-up, the Doc Antle story?
Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh, I mean, first time I saw that guy, it was like, fuck that guy.
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I think everybody involved with keeping tigers like that is just not somebody you want to like you want to get Adderall and Coke, hire a guy and have him bring a tiger to your house, guaranteed he knows somebody.
Yeah, the funny thing with that whole like scene too, I think, is like they're also holier than thou too. Like they're always like, oh, it's about the cats, but like it's none of them.
No.
None of them. Even Carol Baskin.
About the money and the prestige.
Right. But even Carol Baskin, who's like probably the closest, is still about it's about her and how she's going to handle the situations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they all definitely have some personality defect where they think they're the only one that can do what they're doing. Meanwhile, if they all work together, they could actually do a lot of good saving a bunch of cats.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
But I mean, every job, every profession has its people that will try to tear you down to make them look better.
Agreed. So all right, well, we just went over some stuff. I don't know what else we got today. So I'll figure out the rest of the show. If I'll put something up, we'll figure out something. So there won't be a show on the Patreon feed probably this week, but we did something. Well, I don't even want to. I know the nightmare I went through with trying to piece together when your thing. No thanks.
Oh yeah.
And not with it sounding the way it sounds and stuff. So those guys are watching on Twitch, thanks a lot. We're gonna sign off for today. Keep an eye on the feed for something else later this week. Thanks.